Hey, what's up guys, it's A-Paul here with another video. Today I am going to be doing kind of a tutorial, do-it-yourself haircut edition. Yeah, so if you guys are in need of a haircut, here's a video for you. Let me just explain that I am not a professional. I didn't go to barber school. Everything I have learned was from YouTube and from practice. So if you see any mistakes, anything I'm doing wrong, feel free to comment down below and let me know. If you have any tips, any other methods you guys use, just let me know. No hard feelings. So before I get into the video, I am going to explain to you guys everything I did prior to the haircut. So the first thing I did was I took a shower and I just shampooed my hair. I did not condition it, and the reason is I just got all that dirt, all that grease out of my hair, just to have my hair clean. That way it's easier to separate my hair. Make sure you wet your hair, and shampooing it just helps it look cleaner, and it's kind of a plus for your clippers as well. So that's the first thing I did. And for the haircut, all you guys are gonna need, the only thing you guys need are just 6 things. If you do not have any of these 6 things, it's gonna be really hard to get a haircut. So first thing you guys are gonna be needing is a pair of clippers. Doesn't matter what brand. These are Osterfast feeds. I have a ceramic blade on them, as you can see here. So any clipper that has a lever is good. If it does not have a lever, that's not really a good clipper. So a pair of clippers that have a lever, that's it. Nothing fancy. Next, second thing you'll be needing, some trimmers. Preferably a trimmer with a T-blade on it. This is just easier to get those corners, to get around the ear. The T-blade definitely works a lot better for beginners, for starters. I have my Andis T-outliners here. If you do not have a T-blade, you can still cut your hair. Obviously, you just need a trimmer. But if you have a T-blade, much better. Next, you're gonna need guards. These are guards. These are the Andis double magnet, the purple guards. They go from 0 to 4. Here are my guards. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing, pair of scissors. Here you got your common shears, and these are thinning shears. If you do not have thinning shears, no problem. You can still cut your hair, but if you have thinning shears, much better. And last but not least, a comb. That's it. That's all you guys need. Nothing crazy. So if you guys have all these things, these 6 things, you're good to go. Obviously a mirror and desire. You need desire to cut your fucking hair, and you gotta have some big balls. So if you don't have balls, no, just like all right, let's jump right into the video, and I'll explain not everything, but so I am going to be explaining the fade mostly. Then the shear work is bananas. That shit is easy. So let's get started. Like I said, as you can see here, my hair is wet and I already parted it, and now I'm just applying some clips to separate the hair and keep it in place. That way I know where to cut and up to where to cut. So here is my first guideline. I am going in with my T-outliners, and I'm just basically doing like an inverted triangle. I'm not going up that high. I'm going up about half an inch. Half an inch is all you guys need. This is just like a personal, customized kind of fade. It's my own fade. You know, that's what I like about cutting your own hair. You do your own shit, and you just do whatever works better for you, or what you like. So like I said here, an inverted triangle. As you can see on this side, I go up about half an inch. That's it. And then I come in with my Osterfast feeds, lever open. As you can see here, I open the lever and I go up about an inch. That's my second guideline. First guideline was with the T-outliners. Now we're going with the second guideline, lever open, And then right away, as soon as I go up an inch with the lever open, I close that guard. As you can see here, I close the lever, my bad. I close the lever, and then I just erase that first, like, in between line from the bald to the lever open. That's what that lever close is doing. It's erasing that first line. As you can see on this side, much better. Next, I come in with my number 1 guard, lever open, and I go up about an inch. Now, notice how I flick out. I go up the inch, and then I flick out. It's all that movement is in your wrist. Practice makes perfect. So, if your haircut didn't come out, if your fade didn't come out the way you wanted on the first try, hey, I've been there. So, just keep practicing. And notice how I also brush my hair down, just getting the excess hair that I already cut out of the way. If you do not have a brush, just use your hands, just like, as you can see later on, I do use my hands a lot too. Like, sometimes I don't even use a brush, I just use my hands. So I brush away, and then I come in and just keep, like, if I feel like I haven't cut every hair, I just keep on going over it and over it and over it. I don't notice that I don't make that guide, that third guideline higher, so I just keep in place. Here I come in with my 0 guard, lever closed, and I'm just perfecting the haircut, because that 1 guard can sometimes leave some dark spots. So what this 0 guard is gonna do is just gonna erase all that dark spots. Just go wherever you see dark spots and just go over it. Here I'm going with my number 2 guard, lever open, and I go up about half an inch. Number 2 guard and number 3 guard, half an inch. I don't go up too high. Notice I have here I'm going in with the number 3 guard. Notice that I don't go really high with my fade. It's a really low fade. It's my own version, my own way of fading out my hair. Go up about another half an inch with the number 3 guard. Get just barely around the ear. This is where I take my number 4 guard, and I get the rest. I get like towards the top and the back of my head. I like to keep the middle part of the back of my head longer, so I do not go over that. I just leave the middle a bit longer. I use the shears to trim that down. I do not use my clippers. That's just how I like to do it. Now here I'm just using my mirrors, and I'm just taking away the bulk basically because this is the last guard I use, and then right above that is shear work. So I just make sure I go up to where I want, and then this is where I use my thinning shears, and I just take away that bulk. As you can see here, I am combing down my hair. I am going to lift it up and just take away the excess hair, like everything that's sticking out, all the longer hairs. I trim them away with my thinning shears, and this just adds what this does, it adds a professional look to it. It makes your haircut look so much more nicer, and it really makes it pop out. So the thinning shears really does help out. Notice how I use my mirrors. Look in the back. I always eyeball everything I do. I eyeball it out. Just keep looking at my mirrors. Use your mirrors. Your mirrors are really important. Doing the same on the other side. Now here I'm just using my regular scissors, and I am trimming down, taking off bulk from the side of my head. Notice how I section my head into two parts. And where I separate it, I put that line, that hard part. So I like to keep that side a little bit shorter, but not too short. Here I'm taking off more bulk off the back part. I'm trimming away like 1.5 inches, I would say. And I just grab my hair, and whatever sticks out, I just trim away. About 1 inch, 1.5 inches almost. And I'm just dusting myself off, cleaning myself up. Now I am parting my hair again. Just making sure it's nice and neatly parted. And here I go in with my T-outliners, and I'm going and putting that hard part. Notice how gently and slow I do this. This is fast forward, but you can see how I take my time, and I really gently tap and go, tap and go, tap and go, making sure where I tap is I'm not making that line fatter, you know. I'm just keeping it real thin and tap and go. Now I go in with the scissors, and I just that's really easy, and it makes that line pop out so much. Here I'm just going in with the number 1 guard, lever open, and I'm going to take off some like weight off that side part, so I can line it up and it becomes really crispy. That you want that line to be nice and crispy, so your lineup looks nice. Here I just go back and I take off more bulk. I usually do that. This is my usual haircut, you know. Like sometimes I go back, I see imprecisions, and I go back and I fix it. And if I feel like it's a little too long, I just trim a little bit more. It's all on you. That's the magic of cutting your own hair. You do you, and whatever you like, that's what you do. So I usually just, as you can see throughout the video, I go back a lot, and I just trim more, fix things I don't like, and that's what I do. Here I am trimming the top now. Now I'm trimming the top, and I just go through it with my fingers, and whatever sticks out, I just cut. I take off about 1.5 inches.
Touch my fist, I ain't gonna lose my shit. Just like this. Yeah, my team keeps getting mixed. All the glass is stainless. Good life don't mean it's painless, but I want it, no doubt. Not even the faintest.
A lot of people like to think this is the trickiest part, but to me that's the easiest part. It's just until you get used to it. It's real easy to trim your hair with scissors. A lot of people prefer to use the clippers because they feel like it comes out more even. On my particular haircut, I don't really care if it's uneven. How I style my hair, if it's uneven, doesn't really matter, because sometimes I go for that messy look, and if your haircut is like uneven, it looks a lot better. Here I'm using the shears, and I'm just going through the front part of my hair, just taking like bulk off, and it adds texture to your hair. So when you style your hair, it adds texture, and it makes it look that much more professional. Alright, now here, this is the tricky part. I go in with my T-outliners, and I always start off with the corner of my side part. And I just gently, real gently, nice and slow. Just tap and go, and I go over it a couple of times. Just keep going over it. Just make sure you don't keep pushing back. Just what you did, just keep going over it and over it. Tap and go. Now I'm doing the rest of my lineup. Just making sure it looks nice and crispy. Now I'm going in with my scissors and just like cutting off any excess or longer hairs. And I just use my trimmer and my scissors. It really helps out a lot. I just brush and make sure there's no longer or extra hairs there. Notice how I use my scissors. Keep it flat. Make sure you keep your scissors flat and just cut. Now I'm gonna do my other sideburn. Now what the lineup does, it brings together that fade and it makes it look it just makes it pop. Make sure you don't push back. Keep it natural. Just always keep it natural. I don't like to push anything back. I keep everything. Notice how I barely like just really gently just tap. I don't push back anything. I like to keep it natural. I'm just going around the ear. This part's really simple. Just use your mirrors and just take off whatever you think looks like it shouldn't be there. You know, when your hair grows out, it's long. So here my fucking duster fell to the fucking floor and it broke. Fuck me. So yeah, like as I was saying, just don't be scared to go in with your trimmers. You just gotta know your limits. That's it. I just use the back mirror and I eyeball it. Here I'm using my hand mirror, the smaller one, and this helps me out. Do the same on the other side. Just get the back. I really don't like line up the back. I just like keep that a little bit long. I don't like to make a straight line. I just don't like it. That's my personal preference. Here I'm just cleaning up with the Osterfast Feeds lever open, fading out my tiny beard, my attempt of a beard, and yeah, just fade it in, fade it out from sideburn to beard. And here I have my Andes shavers just taking away any stubble. And this is it. This is the final product. This is how my hair turned out. Sorry for the vertical video. I forgot I was filming on my fucking iPhone. And that's it. That's all it takes. That's all you need. And if you like the video, hit me with the like, comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you guys have any suggestions, any tips, let me know. Feel free. Like always, this is A Paul, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.